we are still at the AFCON controversy, but there is one topic that people are not talking, that people have been talking about. That for me is the most important one of all the whole scenario of what happened in that AFCON final between Morocco and Senegal. It's the penalty itself. It's the penalty taken by Brahim Díaz, and the question is being asked: is the penalty purposely missed, or is it something he wanted to score, but in a nicer way? He wanted to make this resume, this beautiful scenario of I scored a very beautiful Panenka to give my country the first AFCON in 50 years. And this has brought a lot of debate, about among football fans, among people who love football, who have watched the AFCON. Seeing that incident that happened, the way Brahim Díaz took the penalty, was something I've been thinking, because there are a lot of videos that came out when Mane called the Senegalese players to come back to the pitch. There were some part of the video where Brahim Díaz and Hakimi was talking to Mane, whispering something in the air, and then afterwards Mane went to the goalkeeper, Edouard Mendy. Yes, Edouard Mendy, and spoke something in his ear. And the reaction after they lost the penalty, normally when you lose the penalty, when the team loses the penalty, the first reaction you see from a player is devastation, like look really bad. Although this happened 5 or 10 seconds afterwards, when the Ionesiri came to Brahim Díaz and hit him in the body and like, what is happening? What did you do? Then you saw some altercations with the coach and Brahim Díaz just after the 90 minutes. And there were some parts where also the Senegalese team didn't celebrate it. So that looks really suspicious. The Senegalese players didn't celebrate that penalty miss. It was like they knew he was going to miss it. And it was like really weird. So I'm really thinking, did he purposely miss that penalty? Was he on purpose? Was it because of fair play? Or did he miss it because he missed the penalty? He had no intentions behind it. He just missed the penalty. And that's a very big question, because for Brahim Díaz, you're about to take a sports kick, which is a very historical sports kick. You're about to take a sports kick when you know that Morocco, your country, hasn't won a trophy for the last 50 years, and an AFCON trophy for the last 50 years. So to them, this is important. This is like bread and butter. This is something you do on daily basis. So knowing fully well that in this scenario, you have to put this ball in. There is no way you don't have to. Even if you're going to lose this penalty, you lose it with flair, you lose it with style, you lose it knowing fully well that you tried your best, but not like on Panenka, not by Panenka. Like, it even gives the viewers, most of us, something to talk about, because it honestly now seems like he purposely lost the penalty. And you don't want to come out in the press conference or come out anywhere and tell your Moroccan fans that you purposely lose the penalty, because if you do that, they're going to come after you. Who cares about fair play? You want to win a trophy that your country haven't won for the past 50 years. This is like 5 decades. This is years he would never even, he hasn't even been thought that he's going to be giving birth to. This is the same year that many of these Moroccan players have never been born. And you have that moment in your feet to put your country in the history as one of the AFCON. I was there. I was even the person that scored the penalty to give my country the AFCON. Your name will be written in the streets of Morocco, knowing fully well that you've had an outstanding performance in this tournament, an outstanding tournament you already have. To cap it up is just to score the penalty. But what did you do? You played the Panenka. And unfortunately and shamefully, Edouard Mendy was there to hold the ball. And that is the most funny part, is that the reaction of the players, the reaction of Senegalese players, there were no jumping, there were no body touching Edouard Mendy to hold him. Yeah, like, you know how the emotions come when a player loses a penalty and the opposing team just go immediately to the goalkeeper and like hold him. There was nothing like that. So it's really weird. It's really weird. I honestly want to leave the answer to you guys because I have a lot of things in my head seeing that penalty, seeing the reaction, seeing how everything played out. But what I don't understand is Brahim Díaz. What was he thinking? What were you thinking? You want to look nice in front of your opponent, or you want to give your country an historical win, a win which they've spent a lot of money. Morocco has spent a lot of money for this tournament. Morocco are giving the AFCON one of the best AFCON standard you will ever see in years, in decades. Knowing fully well that all the nation in Morocco have their hope on your hands. And what did you do? You went in there and lose that penalty in a woeful way. And not just woefully, many people are now talking about it being suspicious because it was premeditated and it's like you purposely lose that penalty. If you had to come out and win that game, it's understandable. But immediately that penalty, what happened? In the extra time, Senegal struck and they won the game. Despite all the chaos that has happened outside the pitch with the towels and the fight between the security and the fans of Senegal, the fans looking for seats and officiating being bad, you had one thing. Everything was in your hands, Brahim Díaz. I really want to know if this was suspicious or not, because as it stands, it's looking suspicious. Not based on him losing the penalty, but the reaction. I think he later knows what he did when he was subbed off, when he was sitting down reflecting. He was crying. He later knew what he did. I think it came to his head. Maybe at that moment he didn't know. Even looking at his face when he was about to play the penalty, he looked really, I don't know if he's serious or he looks really like somebody who is kind of nervous. You know, kiss the ball. And when you're nervous, you don't play Panenka. Honestly, when you're nervous, you don't play Panenka. When you're nervous, you blast it. If it goes up, then we know that's because of your nervous. But you don't even look like somebody who is confident and you took the Panenka. Panenka is somebody who is very confident of himself. We know you're a very good player, but you cannot just throw away an history. A history where your country have already spent a lot to get. Both officiating, both everywhere wise, market wise, facility wise. Just on a Panenka penalty. Honestly, guys, I really want to know your opinion. I want to know what you think about that penalty. If that penalty is purposely missed, or do you think he missed it out of overconfidence? And what is going to be the repercussion of him now? Knowing fully well that this is not going to be his last time playing for Morocco. It's going to affect him. And there's going to be a time he's going to come back to the Morocco, play in Rabat again, if they are allowed to play in Rabat for now, or play in front of your Moroccan fans. And your Moroccan fans don't get you noticed. Don't allow you notice that you've done one of the worst mistakes being the Moroccan player. Guys, let me know. Let me know what you think about this penalty. If you think this penalty is purposely missed, or if you think that is not purposely missed. Guys, we are on our way to 1,000. Without you guys, it's impossible. Give this video a like. Most especially, subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel. Like I said, we are on our way to 1,000. And without you guys, it is almost impossible. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.